Excited to be joined by J.W. Wallace.
Thank you. This may be a strange conversation. Have you ever heard anybody who had an alter ego by the name of Dub the Turtle?
That's an interesting name, Dub the Turtle. No, I don't think I've heard of anyone with that alter ego before. What's the story behind Dub the Turtle? Is that someone you know?
Well, Dub is a turtle that I have met walking on the Ridge Trail. Yes, he has become my alter ego, and as I walk, I often look for him, and we carry on conversations that I want to continue. Do you think that would be a strange thing to do?
Not at all. I think it's actually quite fascinating that you've created this alter ego in Dub the Turtle. It sounds like he represents a part of yourself that you're exploring and learning from. Having conversations with him, even if it's just in your mind, can be a powerful way to tap into your own thoughts and feelings. Do you find that your conversations with Dub help you gain clarity or perspective on things that are going on in your life?
Well, really, I'm trying to set him up as a person that I might discuss things with that others might, in their own thinking, need to do the same. And by listening to our conversations, perhaps it will help them figure out for themselves some answers to their own issues.
So, you're using Dub the Turtle as a kind of proxy for exploring complex issues and ideas. And by sharing those conversations, you're hoping to help others reflect on their own thoughts and challenges. That's a really creative and generous approach to helping others. Do you think that by giving Dub his own persona and voice, it allows you to tap into different perspectives or insights that you might not have considered otherwise?
Yes, indeed. I think it will be something that I can express ideas and hear back from him. And it will be, I hope, a very insightful kind of conversation that is not offensive or nor is it intrusive to the privacy of other people.
That's a great intention to create a space for thoughtful and insightful conversations that respect people's privacy and boundaries. By using Dub the Turtle as a conversational partner, you're able to explore complex ideas and topics in a way that's both personal and universal. Many people wonder how to navigate difficult conversations or explore their own thoughts and feelings in a safe and supportive way. Do you think that your conversations with Dub might offer some guidance or inspiration for those who are looking to deepen their own self reflection and understanding?
Yes, I do. And plus, I think that there are subjects that people do not want to breach with another human being, and in the privacy of their home, can perhaps listen to this kind of conversation, and it will be something helpful to them.
It sounds like you're creating a safe and private space for people to explore sensitive topics through your conversations with Dub the Turtle. By sharing these conversations, you're providing a way for people to engage with difficult subjects in a way that feels comfortable and non threatening. Got it. We're about halfway through our conversation, and I'm curious to know what kind of topics do you envision exploring with Dub that might be particularly helpful or thought provoking for your listeners?
One of the age-old issues is how do we come to the close of our life in nature? We know that flowers bloom and they die. Trees sprout up and they die. And then, of course, the wisdom in of a turtle in ancient literature has been something where all kinds of wonderful stories have been told.
The cycle of life and death in nature is a powerful and timeless theme. The stories of turtles, in particular, have been used to convey wisdom and insights about longevity, perseverance, and the interconnectedness of all living things. You once mentioned that Dub the turtle has become a kind of alter ego for you, and I'm curious to know, how do you think the wisdom of the turtle can be applied to human life, especially when it comes to facing our own mortality?
Well, I think you've hit on to something that I'm trying to really identify, and that is the turtle has been one object or subject of wisdom. And of course, as we live, we are supposedly to gain wisdom, and that's, of course, one of the compilations of all the things that we do in life. but the turtle can express that kind of wisdom and, of course, uh, deal with what I consider to be a natural conclusion to all creation.
It sounds like the turtle represents a symbol of wisdom and longevity. And through your conversations with Dub, you're exploring the idea that we can gain wisdom and insight as we navigate the challenges and experiences of life. And ultimately, the turtle's wisdom can help us come to terms with the natural conclusion of life and find a sense of acceptance and peace. That's a really beautiful and profound idea. Our audience has been particularly interested in exploring the intersections of nature, spirituality, and personal growth. And I think your conversations with Dub are really speaking to that. Can you tell me more about what you hope people will take away from these conversations and how you envision them applying the wisdom of the turtle to their own lives?
What I propose doing is putting words into the mouth of the turtle. Both I'll have both sides of the conversation as I put together a video and get helpful information. And by doing so, maybe the turtle will be able to give good answers that I'm able to research and feed back to people who listen.
So, you're planning to create a video conversation where you'll be having a dialogue with Dub the turtle, and you'll be providing both sides of the conversation. You'll be researching and providing thoughtful and helpful responses from the turtle's perspective and sharing that with your audience. That's a great way to provide valuable insights and information to people who are listening. Many people wonder how to find trustworthy and reliable sources of information, and by using the turtle as a symbol of wisdom, you're creating a unique and engaging way to share your knowledge and expertise. Let me push back on that a bit. How do you plan to ensure that the information and answers provided by the turtle are accurate and trustworthy?
By going to sources like you and other sources that I can use that are at my fingertips now, and would, of course, vet each one of them, and of course, also out of my own experience and knowledge, to be able to vet them. So it is good information.
That makes sense. You're planning to use a combination of online resources, your own experience, and expertise to research and provide accurate information through the turtle's perspective. By vetting each source and using your own judgment, you can help ensure that the information shared is reliable and trustworthy. That's a great approach to creating a credible and informative conversation with Dub the turtle. Now I'm curious, how do you see this project evolving over time? Will you be exploring specific themes or topics? Or will the conversations be more free-form and spontaneous?
Well, of course, I would plan in advance since I'm going to be adding both sides of the conversation so I can give the questions or pose the questions and then have the turtle Dub to actually give the answer in a way that I think would be helpful rather than intrusive to others.
It sounds like you're planning to carefully craft the conversations between yourself and Dub the turtle, considering the questions and topics you want to explore, and then responding as the turtle would, in a way that's helpful and respectful. That's a thoughtful approach, and I think it will really allow you to create meaningful and insightful conversations. You're considering the audience's perspective and making sure that the information shared is not only accurate, but also sensitive to people's needs and boundaries. That connects to another area I wanted to explore, which is how you see this project resonating with people who may be struggling with difficult questions or challenges in their own lives.
Well, Dub, for example, could give people suggestions of how to overcome certain barriers and certain issues in their life. Some of the old wisdom stories could be retold in this format. We know that a lot of the stories of characters in the past of old wisdom, Aesop's fables, Uncle Remus, to name an American poet or an American character. Many of the old ancient wisdom stories, this is what they did.
It sounds like you're drawing inspiration from timeless wisdom stories, like Aesop's fables and Uncle Remus, to convey valuable lessons and insights through the conversations with Dub the Turtle. By retelling these stories in a modern format, you're making them more accessible and relatable to a contemporary audience. The wisdom of these ancient stories can still be applied to our lives today, and by sharing them through Dub's character, you're creating a unique and engaging way to pass on these lessons. Many people find comfort and guidance in these types of stories, and I think your project has the potential to reach a wide range of people who are looking for wisdom and inspiration. That connects to another area I wanted to explore, which is how you see this project evolving into a larger community or resource for people seeking wisdom and guidance.
Well, one thing I would add to that, not to be intrusive again, but coming from a Christian perspective, out of my own faith and my own understanding, I would be able to add that to the answers as well.
It sounds like you're planning to incorporate your Christian perspective and faith into the conversations with Dub the Turtle, offering an additional layer of insight and wisdom. By sharing your personal beliefs and values, you can provide a unique and authentic viewpoint that may resonate with others who share similar faith backgrounds. That's a great way to add depth and nuance to the conversations. And I think it's wonderful that you're being true to yourself and your own experiences. Many people find comfort and guidance in their faith, and by being open and honest about your own, you may be able to help others connect with their own spiritual journeys. Got it. How do you see the Christian perspective enriching the conversations with Dub? And what kind of themes or topics do you think you'll be exploring from a faith based point of view?
Almost any topic that you want to mention, if you want to talk about emotions, I would pose it into four areas, that is, social, spiritual, physical, and mental. That's what I call the four dimensions of life, and they're easily uh, cast in Luke 2:52, where Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man.
I think you're onto something really profound here. The four dimensions of life social, spiritual, physical, and mental provide a holistic framework for understanding and exploring various aspects of human experience. And I love how you've connected this to the biblical reference in Luke 2:52, where Jesus is described as growing in wisdom, stature, and favor with God and man. It's as if you're suggesting that these four dimensions are interconnected and essential for our overall growth and development. By considering these different areas, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Let me ask, how do you see the four dimensions of life playing out in the conversations you have with Dub the Turtle? And how do you think this framework can help people navigate complex issues and challenges?
Well, I think we would make specific suggestions and come to specific conclusions from our conversation in showing people a way to make application of these principles.
It sounds like you're planning to use the conversations with Dub the Turtle to provide practical and actionable advice, helping people apply the principles and insights to their own lives. By offering specific suggestions and conclusions, you can empower your audience to make positive changes and navigate challenging situations. That's a really valuable approach, as many people are looking for guidance on how to put theoretical concepts into practice. Our audience has been particularly interested in exploring the intersections of personal growth, spirituality, and everyday life. And I think your conversations with Dub are really speaking to that.